Hi, my name is Bob and welcome to the homestead, y'all. I finally got that row of kidney beans picked. We ended up with a bushel and a little basket here over a bushel. I had to get them picked today because we're forecasted for rain for the next 3 days, and they were ready to be picked. We already had some of them that were starting to split and the beans were starting to fall out, and you sure don't want to wait until that long. Several of the pods were like this one. You can see it's just ready to come out. Here's another one here. Look, the kidney beans are ready to just fall out of there. So how do you know when they're ready to be picked? How do you know when kidney beans are ready to be picked? Now, I like to leave them on the plant as long as possible. The longer I can leave them on the plant and let them dry on the plant, the easier it is for us to dry them. Now, there is exceptions to that. If you're going to have a big rain like we're forecasted to, I would go ahead and pick them so that way they don't get wet, because they will mold on you. Once the shell turns yellow and it gets dry, can you hear that? And brittle, you can see how it just breaks open. Then they're ready to be picked. If they're still green, then you want to leave them on the plant, even if you have to leave them for a few extra days to wait for them to dry out some. If they're green at all, just leave them on the plant. You want them dry. You want it to where when you snap it, you can hear it crinkle. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but you want them to just break open just like that. Okay, so now that we have them all picked, we're going to take these. We'll sit around and we'll shell all these. Probably if we watch any TV, we'll sit around and shell these, and then we'll put them in paper bags and let them dry for a week or two so we know they're good and dry. And then we'll put them in jars. We'll put them in small jars, and then that way when we're ready to cook chili or some kind of soup recipe, we can just go open that jar and use them. We will vacuum seal these, so that way it takes all the air out of them and they'll be preserved for the rest of the winter. This is a lot of kidney beans. We'll have plenty of kidney beans to eat all winter this winter. But you can see how dry they are. I'll bring the camera a little closer and we'll break a few of these open so you can get a better look at them, so you know when to pick your kidney beans. But leave them on the plant as long as possible. Let them dry. Let them dry like these are. And like I said, if they're a little bit green, leave them on there. Let them dry as long as you can. So let me pull the camera closer and I'll give you a better look at these. Okay, so let's look at some of these. You can hear how they just break, and that's what you want. You want them to just break open. Good girl. And there's your kidney beans inside of them. Get down just a second. So we'll sit around, we'll shell these. Oh, you're persistent. And like I said, then we'll put them in paper bags and dry them for the next couple weeks. But this is what you want. You want them to just spray. Okay, we have all our kidney beans shelled now. We have right at 11 pounds of them. My gobbler's up here close to us, so he's going to gobble a little bit. But we have right at 11 pounds of kidney beans. Now we need to dry them real good. They're pretty dry already since we picked them before the rain. Of course, we picked a little over a bushel. So I think it was a bushel and an eighth off of that one row of kidney beans. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little paper bag, and we're going to put about a pound or so, maybe a little over a pound in these paper bags. And we're going to dry them right in these paper bags. So we'll just take us a scoop here and put a few scoops inside them. Now what we'll do is we'll take these paper bags, and every day, a couple times a day, we'll just come through and shake them. And I'm going to put them in this cardboard box right here. So that way I have them all together, all the kidney beans together. And now I'm going to dry these in our barn loft. But you can dry them anywhere. You can dry them out in the sun. You can put them out in the sun if you have a safe place to put them to where your animals won't eat them. And you also want to watch the mice don't eat them. But with kidney beans, we generally don't have much trouble with anything eating the kidney beans. But like I said, you can put them about anywhere to dry, as long as it's a dry location. Now, we haven't washed these. I did go through here and pick out all the bad ones. We will not wash them until we go to use them. So we'll dry them in these paper bags for a week or two, and then we'll put them in pint jars and vacuum seal those pint jars. So for the next couple weeks, we'll just leave them right in these paper bags, and then once they're good and dry, then we'll go ahead and put them in pint jars, and that's how we'll use them, right out of our pint jars. But let me zoom in a little closer, show you what I'm doing. You can see we just put a few scoops in each bag, and then just fold the top open. And like I said, a couple times a day, you can just come by and shake the bag. I've got several bags in here, just to mix them up a little bit, but they're going to dry real good in these paper bags. Now, if you have a seed drying rack, which actually we're going to build one here in just a couple days. It's on the schedule to build a seed drying rack. These are great to do on a seed drying rack. Any kind of legumes are real good to dry on a rack like that. You can roll them out in the sun. Now, I don't like doing small seeds like pepper seeds or tomato seeds out in the sun. I don't like the UV light hitting them. So I don't put those out in the sun, but now any of the beans, corn, any of those, I'll wheel dry in the sun. But I'll make a video on that in a couple weeks when we get our seed drying rack built. This one's probably going to finish this up. Just pour him in here so you keep from spilling any. Okay, like that. Fold him up. Okay, spilled a few here. That's basically all there is to it. Now we'll let these sit for a couple weeks. We have some nice dry weather coming up, so it's going to be great for drying seeds. We have a ton of seeds we have to dry. So it should be a good fall for drying seeds. There's 5 bags, a little over 2 pounds per bag. If you have any questions or comments on how to dry kidney bean seeds, or when to pick them and how to dry them, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.